Hi everybody, welcome to tonight's stream. I am everyone's least favourite sentient potato, right behind the Tato Man, and tonight I'm gathered here with my fellow rejects because on a Friday night none of us have anything better to do. So,
speak for yourself.
Dude, you're here, man. You can't speak for
I'm here as a courtesy, so
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, Barf put it.
So
I think we all are.
So we're going to be talking tonight about anime, our favourite animes, what we liked, how we got into it. But we've got someone very special on. Armchair Warlord here is a registered otaku. So I'm going to let him take over and kind of guide us in about anime influences and stuff like that. You want to start off, Arms?
I mean, beyond the fact you made it sound like I'm a sex offender.
Okay, I'm gonna mute myself to take care of something. I'll be back when it's my turn.
Okay,
Who's your favorite VTuber right now?
Oh god.
Oh, good God.
So we're just I guess we're just talking about what anime we've enjoyed here.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean I've liked anime ever since I was a kid, like a little kid. And it's just a great art form.
It is.
Really far and away superior to anything that gets put out in the West these days in general. Possible exceptions for a very small number of shows like Avatar. So I earlier I sent Revan a couple of pictures of shows that I particularly like for particular reasons. If you can put the put up the second picture I sent you earlier.
So that's this one.
Yeah. So this is some fan art of a show called Hyoka, which came out from. It was produced by Kyoto Animation, which is pretty much the best anime studio in Japan. Got a few years back, I want to say 2012, 2013-ish. But anyways, first of all, it's just a beautifully animated show.
Absolutely.
Beautifully.
It does look good.
And this fan art here is pretty much how the show looks. Also, it's a it's a very interesting show, and it does both interesting things with the animation and interesting things with the plot, because it's a mystery show, but it's about like very sort of mundane mysteries being solved by the protagonist and his friends. It's sort of a romance show with a mystery show overlaid on top of it, because also it's about the two couples here, which is Areki and Chitanda and their friends there, the guy and the girl on the far edges of the bench.
Yeah.
Sort of falling in love over the course of high school, and it's sort of a very sort of mature and kind of grounded romantic story, with kind of a low-key mystery story put up, kind of laid over the top of it to sort of provide the sort of episode-to-episode plot. Sort of the meta plot is kind of romantic, and it's just a very it's kind of a chill series. It's also a just very good show. And the way I've been describing this here, this doesn't sound like anything you'd ever see on, I don't know, American television ever. Just in general, not let alone something animated.
Yeah.
So it's a very sort of mature, grounded show, which is just beautifully done.
Well, that sounds like a nice anime. I'll put up the second picture.
Yeah. This is another show I really like. This is a show called Rakudai Kishino Cavalry, which came out in, I want to say, 2015. Yeah, it came out in 2015 because I watched the final episode of it in the field on my laptop at Iron Focus in January 2016. The spring area. So it came out in, I want to say, winter 2015. It came out like fall 2015. Yeah. This is a little 13 episode anime, and it's fun because it's a fighting anime. It's kind of a tournament anime with sexy girls and stuff. But also it's remarkable in that it kind of transcends the kind of lowbrow genre that it inhabits. And that well, first of all, the art style is very, very good. And like the artists do some things with the like the lighting and so on to really show mood and show sort of like reflect the character's mood. Like there's one point at which our hero there, who you can see on the left side, he gets really like kind of backstabbed by somebody later on. It sort of gets really like backstabbed by an authority figure that he was counting on to help him later in the show. And the sky literally turns red, right? Like they turn the sky red. Everything turns into like black and white grayscale with just a red sky, just sort of like reflecting his inner despair, which is really good art direction.
Okay.
Also, the fights are really good. Stella here, the hero's girlfriend, is super hot and really cool. And also, the other thing I like about it is a sort of an ongoing issue in anime and frankly in kind of Japanese culture in general, if you look at their birth rate, is sort of inability to like close the deal romantically. And that doesn't happen in this show. Actually, it has like a fairly mature like Iki and Stella meet and like very quickly they decide they're into each other and they start a like real relationship. Like she's his girlfriend for most of the show. And it sort of has a much more mature take on like, hey, this is how relationships happen than most anime do. And it's anyway, it's a really good show. And I'd say its only real issue is like most of it's about Iki. It is not about, I really think they sort of missed an opportunity there with like kind of telling Stella's story and like the kind of struggles that she'd go through. I mean, I think they could have made it significantly better if they had sort of put them on an equal footing as far as like importance to the narrative.
Yeah.
But
okay, that sounds like a very good anime. Phil, you sent me some stuff. You want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm back, by the way.
Hey, Farm.
Let me get into just my background with anime is pretty much nothing special. My introduction to it, rather, for any kid that grew up in the 2000s. You watching Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! On Cartoon Network, whatever they played on Toonami. DBZ, yeah, that was a big one for me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, I never really got it.
Go ahead.
I never really got into Dragon Ball. My actually introduction to Dragon Ball was the abridged series. Yeah.
Well, it's not the regular show is not as fun. Well, it is as fun. It's not as funny.
Yeah.
But even if you can separate the artist from the art in terms of the Funimation dub, they did a really good job with both the dubs for Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. And also goes without saying Kai, because when they dubbed Kai, it was when Funimation was at the peak of their game.
Before shit went sideways.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
So
you want to continue?
I gave Revan here pictures of 5 anime that I wanted, that I wanted to talk about. I made a list. I decided to go with 5. They're not necessarily my 5 favorite, but they're 5 that I really love. And, or at least some of them at one time I loved, but I haven't watched in years, but I still have fond enough memories to, sorry.
No worries.
Memories.
I still have fond enough memories to think positively about the shows. Now, I will say I am not as big into anime as I used to be, and I'm particularly not really interested in checking out new animes. Really, for the sole reason of I find a lot of anime fans to be absolutely toxic and cancerous fucksticks, and that's as polite a way as I can word it.
And I think you're getting into some bad fandoms.
Yeah, Phil, I don't
Hmm.
know where you're getting this, man.
Oh
Someone
no, trust
found
me,
the
they're
Hitalia
out there.
fandom.
They're out there. It's just it varies from from anime to anime as how bad the
I mean,
fans
it's okay. Actually, let me rephrase this, Phil. You're painting with an extraordinarily broad brush.
This
This is like saying people who watch television are.
I'm not
toxic
saying
haters.
anime fans
That is
are
literally
toxic.
what you're saying.
it was
I-
pretty close anyway.
That is literally what you
anyway.
said. You said anime fans are toxic, hateful people.
I did not
It's
say
an
that.
entire genre, Phil.
I did not say that.
Anyway, Phil, you want to talk about the shows?
Yeah. All right.
I'll
So
stick this one up.
yeah. So this anime, Hunter x Hunter, is one that I have been a fan of since when, like 2008, when I first watched the 1999. I think it was 2007 actually. I watched the original 1999 anime back when it was pretty fucking obscure. It had yet to be dubbed, and then Viz dubbed it in 2009, 2010, something along those lines. Actually, yeah, about 2009, and it was all right. Wasn't a great anime in terms of animation.
Yeah.
But then they came out with the 2011 reboot of the anime. They continued on, well, not continued. They restarted the whole story and then continued on from where the original anime left off. And I fucking love it. Now, this one, I will say, a lot of the fans, and when I say toxic, I want to get it out of the way. I'm not saying they're hateful. I'm saying they are the type of toxic that they're Fujoshi.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not the main fandom, though. Although
I'm
they
not.
did pretty quickly infiltrate the Hitalia and later the My Hero Academia fandoms.
Don't get me
pretty-
started on
getting
My
into the
Hero
weeds about it,
Academia.
I'll say the Hitalia and Academia ones are really bad.
I mean, Fujoshi are everywhere. They've infiltrated. They're all over the place in all fandoms.
Yeah.
Yes, they
Yeah.
are. And they became a pretty vocal part of this one. The show is still great. I just do not have any interest in interacting with any of the fans. And I will end by saying that one of the reasons that the show is so great is that the manga for this show is written by the same guy who did another manga that is also on my list. And let's see if you can figure out which one that is.
Let's see.
Okay.
Is it- No.
No, that's not it. Although I'll get to that one later. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. That one.
Wow, that's an
Okay.
old one.
Frieza was in
One
that
of
one.
my favorite classic anime, Yu Yu Hakusho. Now, I got into this about the same time I did Hunter x Hunter, and honestly, looking back, I love this one a hell of a lot more.
You got into that one really late too.
I was like, what, 13? Not even, no, younger than that. Like 11, 12.
Because that one was a thing when Josh and I were fucking younger.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was a little bit before my time, so I came into a lot of this a bit later. But this is just a classic manga series. And if you haven't watched it, again, if you can stomach the fact that Funimation did the dub, they did a really damn good job, especially considering that this is older Funimation. Like, this is one of their earlier, like, amazing dubs.
Okay.
Oh no.
What happened?
No, Naruto. Naruto should.
No. I don't talk about Naruto. That shit doesn't exist.
man.
That's my story. And
Oh,
So-
But what about Boruto?
no.
So while we're talking,
Lord.
one of my favorite animes of late is this. Demon Slayer.
It's a poor guy.
Fucking right.
I've absolutely fallen in love with this anime. Although I can't remember their names, I've only watched it once. Japanese names are, but it's really good. Like, this guy basically, his entire family gets eaten by demons. And his sister ends up becoming a demon, so what does he do? Because he notices she doesn't attack and eat humans like most demons.
So he lived in Detroit.
Pretty much. He managed to put his sister into a box which he carried on his back all the way through his training in Japan and everywhere. Then after that he went and he became a demon slayer, and his final test to become a demon slayer was to break a rock in half with his katana. That was his final test. And you hear that there's abominations and all these different like demons, and the demons are going around saying like they're going to eat you. They do eat people, and all their powers are to kill you. But whenever he kills somebody, you get to see the human version of them going to the afterlife and them regretting everything they've done. I absolutely love it.
Well, then they're a lot more prone to self-reflection than the Yoma from Claymore.
Oh god, yeah.
Time to eat.
Time to eat, motherfucker.
Kuwabara's hair still looks like a turret.
So,
I just read
okay,
that comment.
It does, though.
So
I
I'm
know
gonna
it
pick-
does. That's why it's funny.
Okay, I'm gonna. Farv, you want to talk about this?
Oh, hey, yeah, that's the reporter from Venus Wars. Okay, so Josh and I got into anime in the early 80s when it was difficult as fuck to find anime in the States. The way you found anime in the States in the 80s is you found one of those ads to get a catalog from one of the distributors in a comic book or a magazine, or you happen to catch a random-ass movie or OVA that Japan kind of shipped over here because it wasn't popular in Japan at the time. This is Venus Wars. Venus Wars was a one-shot that was actually a lot of fun. It's literally this motorcycle racing team are in an area that's been occupied by an enemy army. And they decide when the enemy army occupies part of their town to try to fight back kind of this basically a small rebel operation. And this gets the attention of the military, who more or less drafts their asses into military service. And they end up having to fight this army that's trying to occupy their entire country, along with the actual military guys that brought them in. There's a lot of really cool designs. The animation's good, especially for a one-shot movie that did not have as much of a budget as a lot of other anime at the time in Japan. There's some great mechanical designs. I sent you a design sheet. I don't know if you have it, that showed a bunch of the vehicle designs from this. There's some of the characters. Yeah, Miranda was my favorite. She's awesome.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe they're the same guys that worked on Super Dimensional Fortress,
Macross,
aka Macross. Yeah. They're one of the more famous studios for designs for Mecha.
Yeah. There's these ridiculous tanks. They're called Octo tanks. They're just these monsters. One of the early scenes is when they're trying to fight them. One comes barging into the stadium, and when it comes through, it just takes out one entire wall of the fucking stadium coming in.
It just wanted to give out Kool-Aid.
And it's just it's got cool battle scenes. There's this really awesome showdown between the commander of the enemy forces and the one dude on this monobike thing with a cannon on it, and that's actually the final battle of the movie.
Nice.
Nice.
So, Katana, what do you think of the animes that the guys have spoken about?
Some of them I think I'm going to have to watch. I did actually try to get into Yu Yu Hakusho once, but after a full season, I still couldn't really get interested, so that didn't last very long.
Venus Wars is an easy watch because it's just one movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a one shot.
And
There's been a couple that I've seen that were actually like that. I don't know if anyone remembers Demon City
No!
Shinjuku.
No, Cat.
No!
Yeah, I do
Oh, I've
remember
seen that.
Never heard of it, and based on everyone else's reactions,
No.
I don't know
That
if I
reaction was
should.
to something somebody said in the
I
chat.
believe I had a book for
Oh.
that.
Demon City Shinjuku is actually really
Demon
pretty
City
good.
Shinjuku is messed up and kind of awesome.
It is, yeah. It's a really super messed up movie. Basically,
Sure.
somebody opened a portal to hell and disaster ensued.
Incidentally, shout out to the guy in our chat called Golgo13 because that was also a
Oh
really
my.
fucking awesome anime.
Demon City? Yeah.
Golgo13 was about a hitman, and that was actually a good series too.
Yeah, there was a Big Eyes Small Mouth book for Demon City.
Yep.
Oh, was
Okay.
there?
Yep. So if you like that anime style RPG, there's one for that. If you can find it.
Big if, probably.
Yeah.
I would imagine that would be hard to get a hold of now.
So are we just bouncing between everybody, or are we all
Yeah,
covering
pretty-
all the ones we said?
We're going balance, and then we're going to put it up.
All right. So whose turn is it?
CSA, you want to start talking?
I don't know.
Just-
I don't know which one you're gonna throw up. So
Just
I
start
can't.
talking. I'm just getting a picture from someone.
Okay. Hi everybody. I don't know what else to say because I'm just kind of thrown on the spot right now. So
Encore.
that's
That was from me.
That's
that's
Bill.
from him.
Okay, so that's...
Yes. Okay. So this is an anime I just happened to stumble
Are
across
those
on Hulu.
firefighters?
Okay, yeah. So basically, what it is that in this world, there's they're called the Fire Force, and you have various stations, like firehouse stations.
Okay.
So what it is that in this world you have pyrokinetics. So the second generation can control fire but cannot create it. The third generations can create fire but cannot control it. But you do have the rare exceptions where
That
they
sounds
can be
incredibly dangerous.
Right.
it's very watch it would make a little more sense, but you do have the occasional pyrokinetic
nerdporeal life form. We'll get back to that. I've got some special. I've got some special things to say about that show.
So special he
I
can't
fucking
manage
love
Yeah.
the words, apparently.
So in this anime
over
basically
here. Give me a
you
break.
have I forget what they're called, but basically people will just randomly turn into fire monsters. They call it's like spontaneous something they call it.
Okay.
And they turn into fire. Turn into fire monsters. Well, the only way you can kill it is you have to deliver a fatal blow to its heart to save its soul, basically, so its soul can leave and go into the afterlife in peace. So the Fire Force literally fights them, but simultaneously, each station, as they are battling these fire monsters, they have to get whatever intel they can from each battle to try and piece together how they started happening. Well, then you start digging deeper, and there's like a secret order that wants the world to burn so it can start anew. So there's a secret order that they start discovering what's going on. I'm still watching it because Hulu is very behind on it. Apparently there's 4 seasons out, but Hulu's only got the first 2. So I might have to do like Crunchyroll or Funimation or one of those to try and watch the rest of it. But it's a fucking phenomenal show. The way they do the fire bend, it kind of like fire bending in a way is
Kind of what it looks like in the picture.
And in a way, that's second gen's kind of more like
I've
fire
actually
bending.
heard about this. There's 2 animes. There's this and another one. And both of them are gone really popular in Japan because of the weather in Japan. It's a lot of the forest areas, so the villages and cities that are in or around forests, are really prone to fire.
Yeah.
So these have become extremely popular.
Yeah, and what's cool is that each person who can, if you're second gen, your ability to control fire is a little bit different, but that also depends on the person. And if you're third gen, the way you can create fire is different. It literally depends on the person. So the one guy, if you look on the left, who's kind of holding like a submachine gun, what he does is that when he fire the weapon, he uses his second gen abilities to either increase the velocity or decrease the velocity. So he can essentially fire a 9mm and it can hit you like a rubber bullet, or it can hit you like a 50 cal.
Yeah, Trigun's a good one too.
Yeah. So,
yes.
Trigun. I started watching Trigun. I'm only like 5 episodes in. I'm liking it, but I'm only like 5 episodes in on that one. But yeah, Fire Force, amazing anime. I'd highly recommend it. Like I said, I found it randomly on Hulu. I didn't know what I was going to expect, but the way it's done is very cool, especially if you're into pyro anything. It's really cool how you see how they use fire in all sorts of ways.
Okay.
You hear that, Barb? This is right up your alley.
All right.
So Armchair,
I'm sorry,
you
I
sent
couldn't
me
resist.
this.
Okay.
Armchair.
Did we lose him?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are.
Oh,
What
yeah.
is that?
Sorry. Go ahead.
So you sent
The
me
image.
this?
What is that?
Yeah, okay, so this if we're doing the obscure anime Olympics here, this is from Saison Eyes, which is generally written as 3x3 eyes. That's the title, but apparently it's pronounced Saison. This is a this is like a mid-90s anime based on a manga, and honestly I don't remember much of the details of the plot behind it. It's sort of based on like Indian mythology, which is very interesting.
Okay.
But it when I watched this as a kid, it really made an impact on me. Just sort of like the extent to which like the hero is willing to just like really put himself out there to protect the girl that he loves. It's just a very well done show. And it's got sort of an interesting magical system against like very heavily founded in like Indian mythology.
Okay.
And so yeah, it's a cool show.
Yeah. Phoenix, Mr. Nobody. When do you guys want to talk about it? Talk about your favorite animes or things?
Oh, let's see. I have a lot, but
Okay.
I'll start with where I started. I started with Super Dimensional Fortress and Mazinger Z.
Messenger Z.
Oh yeah, I watched a lot of obscure stuff from the 80s. Angel Cop.
Angel Cop was great till about halfway through to the end.
And so on. But to be perfectly honest, one of my favorite of the animated movies is Akira, which is I think one of the bigger.
Which, by the way, Revan, I sent you images for that. It's the one with the dude on the huge ass red motorcycle.
Okay.
I started watching that one.
At least here,
No, the red one, not that one.
Oh, that
Hound.
There you go.
This is where I think, in a lot of regards, we can say anime started to make an impact in the United States. It even won awards here, I believe, if I recall right. I don't remember which ones. It's been a while.
It's been too long for me to remember which one. Yeah.
But during that time, I was actually doing stuff to be an animator. So I studied a lot of Japanese animation because I hated the Disney style and didn't want to go into Disney.
Perfectly understandable. Perfectly understandable.
I like getting credit.
Disney is one of the reasons I'm not as upset as I used to be about not finishing my about not finishing the finals of my art college.
But a few of my favorites are Akira, which is a titular.
Yeah.
Dominion Tank Police.
I wish I had gotten images of that.
And the animated Jinro movie.
Oh, the Wolf Brigade is fucking awesome.
It's actually led me into watching the normal live action movies, which
are also kind of awesome.
Very quirky in a Japanese way. But one of my favorite anime series is Gundam.
Okay.
I've watched an ungodly amount of it.
Yeah, I know that we've got a few Gundam fans.
Yeah, because
here.
we literally did a Gundam stream.
We literally did a Gundam
Yeah.
stream like 5 days ago.
And then
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
Go
check
over
out.
to
By the way, check out.
Go over to the smoking _smoking _patriot to check it out.
then a few other at least series would be if I believe I'm getting the name right, Mad Bull 39, which is
Mad
funny.
Bull 34, but close
That's
enough.
it. I keep screwing that number up. And City Hunter.
Oh,
City Hunter was kind of awesome. City Hunter is like what would happen if the Japanese did an 80s cop show, because that's pretty much what it was.
Oh,
Mixed with a little bounty
that
hunter.
sounds
Yeah.
awesome, and I need it in my life.
Hot lady in 80s style dress.
Golgo 13 remembered Mad Bull.
Do anyone here remember Monster Ranchers?
Yes, I remember
yeah.
Monster Rancher.
Nope, never heard of it.
You never heard of Monster Ranchers? Okay, so basically, this kid, he gets. It's like it was made in conjunction with Sony. This kid plays a game on his console, which is completely not a PS1, and gets sucked into it.
Sick.
And there's all these monsters and everything that he has to battle, and when they die, they turn into discs.
Mm-hmm.
Sony
Yeah.
busts in, forces him into the game system.
Sounds like
leaves.
Pokemon.
Oh God.
It.
It was similar, but
It's
it
like
wasn't really
Digimon
the
a little.
same as either.
It says Nerdporeal life form.
Yeah.
It says it's like Digimon a little. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, it really, really is.
Okay,
Um,
so who's next?
Phoenix, what about you, man?
All right. What I started with anime was from both Sailor Moon and Robotech, which actually combined Macross, SDF,
Super Dimensional Fortress
Yeah.
Southern Cross was another
Super
one.
Dimensional Southern Cross,
Oh, wow.
Army of the Southern Cross, and also Mosquito Climber.
Yeah.
Like Harmony Gold combined all that to make one story.
Robotech.
Yep. We
Robotech.
saw that.
Then Sailor Moon, which my sister
What do you mean
took a
it's
liking to.
Well, let's face
What-
it. Many a person has taken a liking to Sailor Moon.
Rurouni Kenshin, which also has the Over Samurai
Which
X.
Since he mentioned it, you can bring that photo back up.
Which one is it?
The
Rurouni
Rurouni
Kenshin.
Kenshin one. The one with the guy that looks like a mummy on it.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And then
I
the ones
absolutely love this show.
It looks
How
like he's giving
about-
that kid the sly look. I'm just saying.
Right.
current ones that I
Which kid?
do like is Vandred, which starts out with 2 planets, one with men, one with women, and which are fighting a war against each other. So a literal battle of the sexes.
Wow, that sounds similar to like the opening plot to Golf Force.
However,
Sounds like current day a little bit.
Oh, I forgot
No,
about
however, they consider each other to be not only enemies but also aliens, different life forms. So, and the men have a big propaganda.
You can take the photo
Campaign.
off. You can bring it back up later when you want me to talk about it.
And it is quite enjoyable for all the hijinks that goes on it. It's a mega anime.
Okay.
Then there is Full Metal Panic, and with Kurtz Weber being played by Vic Mignogna.
Full Metal Alchemist?
Full Metal Panic.
Not related.
Full
Not
Metal
related.
Panic's a different anime.
Not related. It's a another mecha anime.
Okay.
So
There's
rather than
There's no Vic
Tank-
Mignogna in that one, I don't think.
I thought he was.
yes,
but I could be wrong.
there it is.
Is he? Is he?
Yes, he plays
Oh.
Kurtz Weber.
Oh. Okay.
The playboy, the flirty playboy. And the mecha or arm slaves play the same role as tanks. In fact, take over that role to some degree. But they're not huge as Gundam. Then there is what else along that line? Military Gate Jitai Kara Chi Nita Kaku Tata Kiri. However, this one falls short. This one falls short. Of course, it completely lacks the same amount of information that the manga portrays.
Okay.
So this one got me into the manga, and the art style, the detail, and even the story is a lot better. Because it just ignores the backstory for one of the characters, which is Yao, a dark elf, and she has a very, very good development story.
So
I
Arms
Phoenix
just
just
sent
went
me,
for it.
I do have one more, which
Okay.
is Hataraku Mouse Summer. This one is a nice, light-hearted anime that goes with the isekai genre as well. However, the devil is a part-timer, so he comes to our Earth and becomes a part-timer for McDonald's, and the spin-off of McDonald's, obviously. So he's
Don't
living
get any
in
ideas.
He's living in an apartment, a small apartment, with one of his subordinates, and they're trying to etch out a living in modern-day Japan. Meanwhile, the hero, Emilia, is still trying to kill him, even though he looks like a perfect normal human being. And she's working as, I think, help at a help desk.
Oh, jeez.
So that's it. Is it's a funny anime. Unfortunately, it does not have a second season, which is very disappointing.
So
Who's next?
Armchair. You sent me this, buddy.
Okay.
Oh yeah. We
So,
just got that on Blu-ray, by the way.
Oh, did you? Excellent. So yeah, what I just sent you is from Outlaw Star, and so if you wonder why I've never been interested in Firefly in the slightest bit, it's because Joss Whedon, when he made Firefly, plagiarized it off of Outlaw Star.
Okay, I still
Really?
like both.
And Traveler.
No.
Well, too bad because I do.
But anyways, the child of the '90s, watching Cartoon Network, this was on
I'm
frequently.
already not
It's
interested in Firefly because you mentioned Joss Whedon.
That too, but yeah. But yeah, so it was on pretty frequently on Cartoon Network back in the 90s. It's a really good show. It's like a space adventure western kind of show. Actually, the way because I think much of our audience is relatively familiar with Firefly. It's like something that Firefly would be plagiarized off of. So as an anime. So
Yeah, I mean, when you first showed it to me, I just immediately, first thing that came to my head is that is Firefly.
yeah, and actually, I'll this picture I'm going to send you here might be a little spicy, but you can use your own judgment as far as whether you want to put this up on the stream. But this is what their ship looks like.
What, spicier than that one of, what was it, Gundam G with
I
the
am
one
not
chick?
posting that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can put that into Discord. The guys can see it.
I'll put it in the Discord so the guys can see it. But yeah,
I know
they have
what
a.
it looks like.
Yeah, I mean they've got a spaceship. It's pretty kind of a sort of space western show with a cast of quirky characters who go around and like ostensibly they're mercs, but they end up fighting evil. So it's good. It's really good.
Hey, well that sounds awesome. CSA, you want to do more?
Yeah. Far away. All right, so this is an anime that I stumbled across on Netflix years ago when I had Netflix. It's called Knights of Sidonia. There's 2 seasons out, and everyone's clamoring for a third one. However, there's not word on when the third season, if it does come out, does. So this is based thousands of years in the future, where the Earth has been destroyed by a shape-shifting race called the Ghana, and humanity basically flees on several.
So what you're saying is that the Ghana made Earth a Ghana.
Wait, is that Starsky?
I thought the exact same thing. I was just
Guys, that's Sephiroth. Guys, that's Sephiroth.
God.
Stop.
Anyways, so basically, after mankind flees on these massive ships, which is kind of like a starship put into like an asteroid, like these ships are so big, there's 500,000 people on, and these ships went out into space because they're the last of humanity. And the one that they follow hasn't heard from the other ships in like hundreds of years, so for all they know, they're the last humans alive in space.
Hey, sci-fi.
So what basically happens is that they're fighting the Ghana, which you can't kill by standard means like particle weapons or machine gun fire or anything like that. You got to kill them with it's an unknown material that even the humans don't even understand how it works. It can disintegrate a Ghana core. The Ghana core is the only way you can kill a Ghana entity. So as the show progresses, they use their mechs, which is the only defensive measures they have against the Ghana, and you start learning more about the Ghana, a lot of the backroom stuff of the humans. And it's really interesting because humanity being so limited, they've been genetically modified over the centuries to basically where cloning exists. All humans are asexual until you get attracted to a certain person, and then you'll start growing, developing whatever body parts are associated. So if you're attracted to
I just want to say that's not how any of this works.
because it's
Yes,
genetic
it is,
engineering.
Katala.
It's genetic
You-
engineering. It's
Guys, I
it's
would just like to
anyways.
state that Katala was grown in a pod, so she doesn't know how any of this
Oh,
works.
Stop
good
it.
Lord. So
You were grown in a
anyways,
pod.
so
No,
anyways,
That
I
I'll
was grown
believe.
in a garden.
He was grown in a van of burger sauce.
Oh no!
So that's. I
sorry.
hate you so much.
Did Barb just insinuate that Owen is about 80% burger sauce?
Only
I'm not
18?
surprised.
Who's Owen?
Okay.
Or
So
Revan?
oh god. So anyways, the humans are genetically modified, and basically it follows them as they're trying to find a home world to actually call home, and they develop ways of defeating the Ghana through artificial means now so that they can produce on the colony. It's a great show. I fucking love it. The action's incredible. The backroom dealings are enticing enough to where it keeps you involved. I love it. Like I said, it was an anime I just stumbled across thinking, okay, it looks like mecha anime, and for some reason I just liked it. So
Well, okay.
oh my
So-
sci-fi, really? Really?
That's awful, guys.
No, go 2 up. Thank
I
you.
see it.
Yeah, really? Why do Confederate States of America? Why do you think that sci-fi? I don't know whether I should be hurt or what. I don't
Ding, ding,
know.
ding, 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 ding.
Okay,
That's a
who's
little bit
next?
before
Wow.
that.
Anyway.
So Phoenix sent me this.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, yeah, it's from
No, yeah. That's
Okay.
Yep.
Then this one.
Burn Up XS. That's
Oh, I remember Burn Up.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
Lord.
that's an etchy or kind of
I
anime.
remember liking the Chief.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of spicy without going.
Yeah, without
Spicy.
going too far,
It's only mildly not safe for work.
The Chief is sexy as fuck. I'm just gonna say
Oh,
it.
yeah. Oh, yeah. They have to deal. They wind up having to deal with androids towards the end of that series, but there is a lot of adult humor in it, even some not so subtle hints, like a zeppelin that 2 joint zeppelins that look like a pair of tits. I'm just gonna say it. Look like a pair of
You
breasts.
mean like how the secret weapon of the Puma sisters was a bunch of giant dildos that flipped over the tank?
Oh my god.
It's It's just fun. It
That
is.
sounds
fun.
like insanity of the greatest possible kind.
It is. The girl with the headband, she likes she likes guns to an obscene degree where it's like she practically gets off firing it. Firing them.
You say it like it's a bad thing.
It's not.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying that that's her personality.
She reminds me of Kome from the Blue Seed anime.
But so we'll do a few more and then we'll start wrapping up soon enough. Okay.
Okay, well, fuck it. Let's do another one of mine then.
Okay.
Well, there is a soy with no sauce.
Yeah, that's Piritish. She's one of the villains from a series called Record of Lodos War. Which, by the way, as my brother and my wife like to give me endless shit about my issues with elves, this is the one that got me started with that problem.
Sodium and gluten.
I can
This
see
was
why.
a really awesome 90s anime OVA, which is basically a mini-series based on the D&D campaign of two of the lead writers.
I don't usually.
Really?
And no sci-fi, that's a drow. But yeah, they basically made a screenplay out of a D&D campaign. So you literally have a dwarf, a human healer, a human mage, an elf who is not the one on the screen. That's the drow that works for the main villain. And it starts out fairly simple. There's a subplot of a romance between the elf girl and the human guy, who, by the way, is he's the hero of the story, but he's not the most experienced of people. So part of the early part of the story is the dwarf trying to teach him how to fight better.
He actually has a hero's arc.
Yeah, there's actually a hero's journey in this. Because the guy starts out like goblins are whooping his ass.
So, because we're talking about anime, let's go to the obligatory anime that everyone has to talk to.
Galaxy Express.
I mean, we kind of. I mean, I kind of already did.
Yeah.
Astro Boy.
No,
Oh,
God.
guys, come on.
I'm
It's
just-
obviously
Covering
Yu-Gi-Oh!
iron.
I'm just gonna say this. I was Team Piccolo for a while, and then I fucking loved how Abridged did it when he fuses with the one guy on Namek, and he's like, so basically,
Nail.
I'm gonna be like
Nail.
Nail. Yeah, when he's like, so wait, I'm basically gonna become a Super Namekian? Yeah, totally. Fuck yeah, let's do it.
And then at the end,
No, it was like, this is a forbidden technique, and we're just going to abuse it. Ooh, maliciously. Bitch it, how we do it.
And then he's like, and then he goes up to Goku. Yeah, I'm basically a Super Namekian. Wait, does your hair turn yellow? No. Can you do this? No. Can you do that? No. So what's really super about you again? Shut
That
up.
wasn't, I don't think that was
Straight
Team
up,
4 Star.
Android 18
I thought that
thing ever
was.
came out of DBZ.
Yeah. So no, what I loved is when he's like super good. God damn it, infrared.
What? You're talking about DBZ, but we're talking about this abridged bullshit.
Yeah, because it's just because I was thinking. Anyways, I'm Team Piccolo because everyone's like, oh, the Super Saiyans, and I'm like, dude, Piccolo was fighting Frieza for a while as well. Like Piccolo was in the thick of it as well. Next to
in
the
his second
Super
form.
Saiyan, Piccolo was probably the next strongest.
Okay.
So what you're saying is you like Vegeta.
Well, how was it Pat from TBS put it? Vegeta's win-loss ratio cannot be ignored.
Guys, have you heard what happened in the Dragon Ball manga that they're going to put into Super?
No, I don't follow Super, so I don't know what goes on.
Vegeta has finally surpassed Goku, and he has achieved the destruction energy.
Huh.
Yeah, they
become a
keep
god of
adding
destruction. Yeah, I've
new
heard about
things. They keep adding new things to DBZ, like, okay, God mode. Okay, there's a mode that's even more powerful than God, but you can only sustain it for a few minutes at most, and it's like, dear God, what happened to just like Super Saiyan
Now,
2 that it's like
Yo,
And Rabbits
There's
is still the
one
best
anime
character.
I feel, if you're talking old school anime, there's one anime I feel, and I didn't get any pictures because I didn't think of it till later, that needs to be mentioned.
shoot it to me.
Lupin the Third.
Oh my lord.
Oh,
Lupin
Excuse
the
me,
Third
ma'am.
has
I'm
been
with the
around
FBI.
since 1977, and it's still going.
Yep.
Yeah. Actually, that was one. So a
Eat your
friend of
heart
mine
out,
in high
One
school
Piece.
watched it religiously, and
God,
he
I
actually
know
got me
this.
into it.
You should. We watched one of the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a ridiculous and kind of amazing show, which had several movies made of it, several other spin-off series.
Oh, pardon me.
Speaking of, I don't know if I've asked this before or if you've told me, but how good was the American Lupin the Third movie from a couple
That
years
wasn't
back?
American. That was just released in the U.S. That CG one was a Japanese film, and it was good.
Oh, it was?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's really
Yeah.
good.
That's a
Shit.
good movie.
Yeah.
There's also Gomon's Bloody Rampage, I believe. I might be getting the name wrong. That's also pretty good. If you want something a bit more violent.
Lupin is one of those series that, depending on the spin-off movie, can go from really goofy to really serious.
So Katana, did because you're basically the best artist out of all of us here. Is there any manga or anime that really influenced your style or anything?
Not really. So the thing that did sort of influence my art style was not in fact an anime, so it really, I would say it probably doesn't belong here.
So so we are going to start shilling ourselves, posting our channels and things like that.
I still
But
have a
without
couple I
saying,
I still have one
Oh,
more
go ahead,
I wanted
Phil.
to really talk about.
go ahead.
Bring up the one with the kids.
Kids?
That sounds uncomfortable.
Ugh. I don't like stuff with kids in it.
I didn't. No. Goddamn, man. No.
Okay, I'm trying to hold on.
You're getting kind of a vague.
You realize that by saying bring up the one with the kids, that's literally everything.
The
you
blonde
Yeah, I was
kid
gonna
with-
say.
that
Yes.
one.
Okay. So this one might be the most obscure out of all of the more
Why-
recent ones that we've
Why is this an anime about Go?
Oh,
because it
They
is.
made anime about everything, Farv.
Have you seen Tennis King? Come on.
And
Oh,
it's
I love to be
really
affected by
fucking
this.
good.
It's Fart. There's an anime basically about the TV show Chopped called Food Wars.
Basketball,
Oh,
boxing.
Some of those
Baseball,
those
soccer.
I have
sports
heard
anime
Food
are
Wars is
so
really
bad.
good though.
My God.
I actually want to watch it. I have heard it is good. So.
it is good.
So
Wrestling.
Hikaru no Go. If you were to ask me right now what my favorite anime is currently, and I just mean like what my favorite anime is right at this very moment, not what's on TV now, because this is fucking years old.
Kenshin Muyo.
It's this.
That's an odd one. By the way, for the
Yes.
record, I didn't talk about my favorite anime because it would have taken way too fucking long.
Why don't you? We're
Okay.
talking
I'm
about
just going.
I would.
Let me just
I would like to.
briefly
After
touch on
Phil's
this.
done, I'd
phrasing.
like to expand a little bit on Gate, the one that I'm a little bit disappointed with.
Okay.
Phil's done.
And to
So-
answer your question, Owen, if I talk about Claymore, I'll be here for a week.
Yeah, don't do that to us.
We still
I like
got to
to
keep
Okay.
watching Claymore Farv.
Yeah,
Yeah,
eventually.
we gotta continue on. So we're 53 minutes in. Let's start shilling ourselves.
Fine.
Sorry, go ahead, Phil.
Finish yours at least, Phil.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so brief history with this. I first found out about this, I don't even know how many years ago. I think it was around 2007 when it was on the Toonami's internet portal, I guess, called Toonami Jetstream. It exclusive shows on there that were not on like conventional TV. They just aired on Toonami Jetstream, and that was one of the shows. I watched like maybe the first 7 or 8 episodes of it back then. Kind of stopped watching it. I don't remember why. I think I just kind of stopped watching Toonami Jetstream altogether. Came back into it around episode like 30. Watched a couple episodes. and then didn't come back until like the end of the show, which it's not a very long show. It's only about 75 episodes, but up until recently, never really gave it a full on watch through from beginning to end. Fast forward to June of last year, I watched it from beginning to end on Hulu because I found it there, and I fucking love everything about it.
Okay.
And a couple weeks ago, I just finished my third binge watch of the show. And honestly, it got me. This show actually got me to buy a Go board.
Dear God.
I've heard of Go boards. Is that the one where they got the little motorized wheel in them?
No, that's
I don't know what a Go board is. I don't even know what a Go board is. Okay?
It's a very old Asian game called Go.
Oh, okay, Go. Yeah, sorry. I was trying to follow. Okay,
Japanese chess.
go fuck yourself.
That actually isn't Japanese chess. That's shogi. That's a different game.
Yeah. Go is actually like 3,000 or 4,000
Go
years
originate
old.
in
It's from
China?
China. It's from
Yeah.
China.
Yeah, Go
it's under,
is Chinese.
it's under a
China.
different name. The Japanese call it Go, and for some reason we just adopted the name Go from Japan.
Because we could say
Go
it.
home.
Yeah, basically because we can say it.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me.
Yeah, so in the new Pokemon, they have actually, because you know the way they have Pokemon Go, the game, right?
Yeah.
There's literally a guy called Go, and then when they throw the Pokeballs go, great, awesome, nice.
What?
Don't get me
Yeah.
started on Pokemon. I'll be on a tangent and laughing my ass off
Why don't we?
because I'm
You gotta
trying to
wrap
talk
up,
about my
that's why.
fucking show.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, go ahead.
All right, so unlike a lot of other like popular anime, most it's not an action anime. A lot of popular animes were, good versus evil. There's some supernatural thing to it. And there really isn't any of that in this. It is a pretty realistic, down-to-earth show. There is one element of supernatural thing, and that is the main characters, I guess the secondary protagonist of the show, is a 1,000-year-old spirit from the Heian period of an ancient Go, a 1,000-year-old spirit of an ancient Go master who I'm not going to get into. Well, I don't really know if it counts as spoilers if it's talked about in the first fucking episode.
Yeah.
So should I just briefly?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why not?
So the character I'm talking about is Sai. He is, like I said, a 1,000-year-old spirit of a Go master from the Heian period who taught the Emperor Go in the capital. And after a game with the other teacher, Go master of the capital, he lost the game basically due to the other guy cheating and accusing him of cheating, and
Okay.
he was basically banished from the capital with a tarnished reputation. And 2 days later, basically he threw himself into the river and killed himself. And his
Now he
soul
hangs out with boys.
Oh, come on.
I'm joking. Go ahead.
And so later on in the backstory of the show, he appears to another young child about 140 years before the story of the show takes place. And that boy grows up to be Honinbo Shusaku, if anybody has any idea who that is.
Isn't he Japan's most famous warrior?
No.
Okay.
Look him up. He's a real guy.
Marvin, nobody are just
Creative
laughing their
license.
asses off.
Oh, please
Fine, then,
continue.
no,
Sorry.
nobody
I'm
has
sorry.
any idea
Just
who
go.
he is.
Just go.
Come on, guys.
Ivy.
No.
Okay. So fast forward to the beginning of the show. It's about a at the start of the show, 12-year-old boy named Hikaru, who comes across the Go board that Sai's soul is trapped in the attic of his grandfather's house, and the soul becomes attached to him because he can see bloodstains on the Go board that no one else can see.
I
And
see
it-
dead people.
Kinda.
And basically, this kid never played Go before in his life, never touched a stone, and the show follows him from being a complete novice to by the end being a professional Go player. And one thing I like about it is, unlike a lot of anime, the characters in the show actually age. Like, he starts
Really?
out as a 12-year-old boy, and by episode 75 he's 15, about to start high school, and is a professional player. And I don't know how much longer I'm going to talk. I'm just going to go over one more aspect of the show, and that is the kid's rivalry with another kid who, unlike him, has been playing Go all his life. And the first episode starts with the kid's name is Akira Toya. He is the son of a Go professional who has one of the who has actually 4 of the Japanese Go titles. Like, I'm not making sense to a lot of people, am I?
I know
dude,
what it is. I just
dude,
it's not.
He's
I
got
know
a
what
number
it
of
is.
tournament
Yeah.
wins.
Phil, anybody who's watched anime understands this. I mean, you've got Beyblade, like people who are Beyblade masters who collect like Beyblades and do things. Pokemon masters.
This is not like Beyblade.
Okay. Let me put it this way, dude.
I'm just talking about titles and things.
Well, I was gonna say in response to you, Phil. I've been playing fucking Dynasty Warriors since like the first game. I know what the fuck Go is.
I know what Go is. I just don't know how to play it, but I know what it is at least.
It sounds a lot like they have titles and official placement, like you'd have.
Oh,
in,
yeah, there's,
various martial arts.
There's a professional Go. There's professional Go leagues.
Really? In real world?
Yeah, in real world.
But yeah,
That
Go's
is
a
actually
big
very
deal,
interesting.
man.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm
And
assuming
honestly,
you
this
recommend.
show is actually this show, when it first came out in Japan, actually sparked kind of a revival or a renaissance of Go, if you will. A lot of kids. It inspired a lot of kids to pick up the game.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not gonna continue on with this because I'm falling all over myself trying to explain this shit.
Look, I told you there was a reason I didn't get into Claymore here because I've been going longer than you.
Watch it.
No, it's not.
buy it,
It's not
get
even
some
that I'm
small
going.
rocks.
It's not even that I'm going too long. It's just I know what I want to say, and I just can't get the words out properly.
Yeah,
and
that'll
I'm
happen.
falling all over myself.
That'll happen.
So,
Guys, sorry. I'm gonna put something in DMs and considering to what happened earlier on in the private message. Okay. So
do we
you
really
guys
have to revisit that?
Nick Ricata is covering it.
Oh boy.
Shit. Okay.
Okay, fine. Go ahead. But
okay,
anyway,
don't say that
just-
loud. Chris Chan's mother has finally been removed from his house.
Oh, fucking thank
Oh, thank you.
Thank God.
Good.
I'm gonna watch that Nick video when I get.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I am going to share this in the chat. I haven't watched it, but it said protective order removes Chris Chan from her mother's home.
Good.
And why are you
Thank
still living
fuck.
with your
How
mother?
about removes life from his body?
Nah, they can't
So-
do that legally.
No, so CSA, he is on an Asperger's level that it is not capable of living alone. This is huge. So anyway,
Yeah.
so there's the link. So guy, Phil, do you want to continue on, or will we wrap it up?
I will just briefly finish by
you can
saying
even talk
if
about another favorite anime or something.
I've gone on long enough with this. I'm just going to say if you have Hulu, or for anybody who is in our servers, and might be interested in watching it with me, I've been thinking about inviting people to voice chats with me, so I can introduce the show to you, because it really is a great show.
I'm more than up for it. Anyone watching, there is a Potato Revan Discord server which will be linked in this video after the stream ends, where you can join in and go and say hi to us and things like that.
All right. But for those of you who are not there, who, if anything I have said interests you at all, I don't understand how, but by the off chance it did, it is on. The show is on Hulu. It is not a long series. It's only about 75 episodes from beginning to end, and it is amazing.
Phil, I will take you up on that offer.
I did want to expand upon Gate. What I left out.
Go ahead.
Where it starts is that Japan is invaded by another nation, a fantasy-based nation. However, the anime, what it portrays it as, is the typical medieval armor, medieval setting. However, the army is in fact Roman-based in the manga. And
Interesting.
How do you fuck that up?
I don't know. It's just they went along with that trope. And they skipped over what actually happened there, and from there, the main protagonist, he's an otaku, and he winds up having to help out. He doesn't really like fighting, but he does anyway, just to support his hobby. So he helps out, becomes a hero, and from there on, he along with the rest of the JSDF starts fighting in this land. They go through a massive gate and they have tanks, whole kit and caboodle, fighting this fantasy army. So right in the first episode, when they get into the heat of it, you see armies marching onto this modern military base with wyverns and horses, ogres, and all being shot up by anti-air, by tanks, snipers, machine gun nests, getting torn to shreds. And it is even though it diminishes the characters, leaves out important parts, considerably important parts, and also reduces the art quality, art style, is fun. It is fun once it gets past that slow hump at the beginning.
That's one thing I'd have to say about Claymore too, is Claymore actually, because it was only an OVA, could not cover everything they did in the manga. There's quite a bit that goes in the manga that did have to get excluded from the anime.
So my suggestion is to watch the anime, I suppose, start from the second one, and then go to the manga. The manga is superior.
Yeah, I'd suggest
has good soundtrack
that. So, if any of you, I'm not going to go into it because of the time, because I want the guys, everyone here to start chilling themselves. But if any of you want a fun anime just to watch, I would severely recommend Girls und Panzer. That is a very fun anime. Me and CSA are watching it, are actually going through it. Arms, when we get to the movie, do you want to join us?
Sure. Just let me know when you're doing it.
Well, yeah, we'll finish it, but we'll do it around your schedule.
Yeah.
Okay, of course.
So, Katala, you want to show yourself?
Alrighty, guys. So I'm Katala. You guys know that if you've been here the whole time. Although I was very quiet because I had very little to contribute. My channel, I mostly play Guild Wars along with Farv, Armchair Warlord, and a couple of the other guys when they can make it. If you like watching people make ridiculous mistakes in MMOs, be sure to go and check out my channel. We try to stream every Tuesday. When we don't make it, that's usually because somebody had real life stuff to deal with. But yeah.
And for the record, they make the ridiculous mistakes. I usually just try to stay back and shoot at shit.
Farv,
Same here.
speaking about shooting the shit, Farv, you want to
Yeah, I got a channel called Farvithian Guard. It's spelled basically similar to what my name is on the screen. I do a lot of gaming shit, a lot of retro style games or newer retro style games, side scrolling beat 'em ups, some old top down shooter type of shit. We're slowly working on more as we get the resources to do so, but this is all coming off our own, time and money, so it takes time.
Yeah.
That's all I got for mine.
Okay, so Armchair, you want to talk about this?
Yeah, so I'm a novelist. This is my book, first one I published. I'm working on the sequel. So yeah, it's called The Maiden's War. Look it up on Amazon. I'll post a link in the chat, and it has gotten excellent reviews so far. So actually, as far as projects, I think would make an excellent anime adaptation. I think it would be really good. So
I think so as well. Also, if you want a signed autograph hardback copy, if you go to the Streamed Potatoes Discord, you can actually contact Arms himself, and he will tell you how to do it.
Yep, and I'd be happy to sell you one. Also,
I actually got one myself, and I have it on display in my man cave.
Great, yeah. Thanks for that. By the way, it's very nice of you to do so.
It is definitely one of the best books to come out lately.
He definitely got that up. Now, last time we'd shielded the book, I had to turn my camera on and put the book in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Let me post the link in the chat here.
Yeah.
Definitely get the book. Support AW. I've said this before, and I will continue to say it until I have no breath in my body. Support him and other independent writers and creators, whether it's in comic books or in books, because we get a lot of shit like the High Republic and other BS and everything like that, and they're going to come crashing down at some point. They're going to come crashing down, and independent writers like AW and all these other people that put out good stuff, they're going to be the ones to resurrect it because they're established with good quality content, and that's what people will go flocking to rather than these big names. So support them.
CSA,
What?
You want to continue on? Show yourself.
Oh, okay. So Common Sense America, I got a channel called The Smoking Patriot. It's the_smoking_patriot. And we do Revan is usually a co-host. Farv comes on often. Mr. Nobody was on with us this past Sunday when we talked Gundam.
Yep, the Gundam.
AW shows up. I don't know if Phoenix has been on yet. I think we're gonna get him on. You have, yes. I can't remember if you did or didn't.
Our missing co-host Maxis, who we really missed her tonight.
Yeah.
All praise Maxis.
Schedules just didn't work out.
Excuse you, we are Katala's designated Sims, not Max's.
wow.
That's not how that works. Buddy.
That's not how it works. But
it is not, and I don't
leave
want
me
people
out of
simping
your
for me.
weird fucking crazy
I'm
shit.
only joking.
Yeah.
I'm just here to whip the surf.
I don't care.
But anyways, so yeah, check out my channel. I've done some live streams. I typically live stream on Saturdays, but sometimes shit comes up, so I gotta do it on Sundays.
Yep.
But we've done favorite starfighters. We've done Was the Tarkin Doctrine Effective? We did one on the Battle of Hoth. We did one about Gundam. So we got another one coming up tomorrow that we're gonna do. It's about no, this one is about favorite starfighters. Sorry, like favorite starfighters.
I say don't change it because I already sent you the material.
Yeah, sorry. But it's about favorite starfighters, and it doesn't have to be necessarily from any specific thing. It could be movies, sci-fi, or even gaming, because all the sci-fi games have starfighters. So, but yeah, check out the stream tomorrow. It's at 4 or 5 p.m. It's on my channel. It's either it's at 5. It's at 5 p.m. Sorry, on my channel. Go check it out. We have lots of fun, laughter, and we just shoot the shit, talking fun stuff. So yeah, go ahead and check it out.
Phil, you want to do you?
All right, so my channel is Kilroy Was Here. I stream some games every so often. I have these guys on for Star Trek Online. I'm trying to do it once a week, but I'm trying to get that set up. And also, I'm planning on doing Jackbox and Cards Against Humanity streams regularly. So if you're into that, please subscribe so you can join us on those days.
Help this man form a cult.
Oh. Oh, God damn it, man.
One of us.
One of us.
I'm not even. Yeah, I'm not even.
I'm sorry. Go on.
Aside from that, I also do some solo streams. I have not streamed in a little bit, mostly just because it's been a little busy in my personal life. But I'm probably going to start streaming again regularly after this weekend. So look forward to that. I'm going to try and finish Titanic Adventure Out of Time.
You haven't
and then
finished
figure.
it yet?
I've only done
I thought you did.
I had to cut some streams short because of player error.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Sci-Fi Nation actually plays STO as well.
Oh, okay.
And he also streams it.
Cool.
Oh, well, by all means, man, you're welcome anytime.
Soon you will be taken over and made one of us. Dun,
Jeez.
dun, dun. The Empire expands.
So, okay, nobody, do you have anything to shill?
I don't have much to chill. I
Not
just like
yet.
money.
He's helping me work on my channel, and we don't have the stuff up for him yet.
Nobody is
I'll
Forbidden
take
Guards
money,
editor.
praise, and remember, children, consume.
Oh, get the
Phoenix,
fuck
do
out
you want to
of
shill
here.
yourself?
All right. At the moment, what I'm doing is streaming Stellaris. I've done 3 parts of the New Horizons mod, which I rose the white flag on part 3 because I could not recover from the miserable position I was. Beaten by the troll. Yeah, that's what happens when you get Terra Prime in charge. Now I'm doing the Star Wars mod for Stellaris. Now, I think it's Galaxy Divided, if I remember the title correctly. And what I'm going to start doing on my Mondays, Sundays for those in the US is I'm going to start doing Homeworld, Deserts of Karak, and also I'm considering doing 7 Days to Die, and I'm going to make that open door for the viewers. So you can hop on, have fun with me.
Yeah.
So,
Make fun of his Aussie accent.
Oh, come on.
make fun of the Aussie accent. Tell me how crap Vegemite is.
I thought he was a New
Wait, but you
Zealander.
think Vegemite's crap?
Revan, for reasons that the rest of the for reasons a lot of the panel is aware of, I have to say fuck you.
Wait, what the hell did I do?
It's the
Australia thing.
But anyway, so guys, I would like to thank absolutely everybody for showing all the guys for liking. I would like to thank everyone for doing that. Make sure that you check out each and every single one of these guys because they're great. And make sure that you buy Armchair's book because helping independent creators helps us overthrow what Hollywood has done. But
And how
thanks
can
to
you have a
everyone.
golden toilet?
Simple.
Oh God.
Simple. I'll tell you in 2 seconds. But
Oh, good grief.
yeah, but guys, thank you all, and everyone have a wonderful evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are. Okay, peace out, everyone.
Later, y'all.
Later, everybody.